Welcome to our prenatal practice today. You're joining me here in my office, and we're going to be doing some shoulder and wrist stretches today. So finding a nice comfortable seated position, you might want to grab a folded up blanket, or if you have a yoga bolster to sit on, especially if you're in your third trimester, it's going to be a bit more comfortable. So feel free to pause this and then go grab it if you need to. We're going to find a nice comfortable position, placing our hands on our knees and inhaling the shoulders up. Exhaling, drawing them together in the back, lowering them down. Inhaling them up. Exhaling, squeezing them together, drawing them down. Inhaling them up. And taking this at your own pace. So with each breath in, bringing the shoulders up to the ears. And with each breath out, letting them come down. And when you come into the back here, letting them squeeze together. Taking this at your own pace. Allowing this time for you and your body to connect, to figure out what's going on, check in a little bit. Relaxing those shoulders, reversing. Bringing the shoulders up and forward. Every time the shoulders are up, inhaling and exhaling, bring them forward and down. Taking this at your own pace here. And relaxing those shoulders, maybe wiggling them out a little bit. Inhaling them up and sighing out. Letting them fall down. Inhaling up. Letting them fall down. Doing this at your own pace. Taking it at your own speed. And with each exhale, thinking about responsibilities that you're holding on to, letting them fall away. Things that maybe weren't yours that you took on, things that don't belong to you, letting them fall off of your shoulders. Maybe wiggling those shoulders out a little bit. We're going to interlock our fingers but behind us and drawing the shoulders down and back as we're stretching out the hands. So it's going to look like this. And if your arms are longer than mine, you might want to be sitting on that bolster so that your wrists don't bump into the ground, depending on how long your arms are. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe even closing your eyes, and squeezing those shoulders together and drawing them down. So one of the things that can happen a lot with mothers, caretakers, birthers, parents, is that we're giving more than we're getting. We might be getting some, but a lot of times we're still running a net loss. So maybe we're giving this much, but we're only getting this much. So, there's still a piece of something that's missing that we're not getting enough of. So what can happen energetically and physically is when we're giving a lot with our heart, we can be, the front of our heart chakra is connected to giving, and the back of our heart chakra is connected to receiving. So we can wind up getting pain in our upper back because of that. So as we're here, thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together, drawing them down, and thinking to yourself, I receive everything I need. And it's not about lying to yourself, it's about saying, when something comes to me that I need, I will receive it and take it in. So as we're here, maybe thinking to yourself, I receive everything I need. Or when what I receive comes, I take it in. And that could look like a lot of things. As a mother, a caretaker, a birther, it could look like allowing a friend to bring you dinner, or maybe joining a club So it could be a lot of different things. And coming back to the front, maybe wiggling those shoulders out, maybe drawing them forward and back a little bit. And coming onto all fours here. So a lot of times we can have wrist pain while we're pregnant. So one of the things we're going to do is taking one of our hands and placing the back of our hand on the yoga mat. So we're here, picking it up, letting those fingers touch, and then rolling over onto the back of the hand. So if you need a little bit more, one of the other options is to walk your fingers out towards the outside and then keep going in that same direction all the way towards your knees. So this might be a little too intense if you have some tight wrists. So those are your two options here. So you might want to place the back of your hand on the ground, or you might want to rotate out and towards your knee. Those two options are something that can work really, really well for you as you're pregnant. So just paying attention to what you need to do and allowing yourself to move forward with that. So if your wrist, feels better here, go ahead and do that. Gently walking the hand back to the front or untucking it, depending on what you did. And we're going to do the other hand now. So again, placing the back of the hand on the ground, doing that, or walking those hands to the outside of your mat and then all the way around towards, so your fingers are pointing towards your knee. So either one of those is fine, and just allowing yourself to stretch out that wrist, maybe even closing your eyes here. And bringing your hand back to a neutral position, fingers pointed away from your wrists, away from your knees, palms on the ground here. And just rocking those hips left and right a couple of times. And coming to a seated position. Here, taking one hand, placing on the opposite knee and twisting towards the wall. So depending on where you are in your pregnancy, your sternum might be more towards the front of the room, and that's fine. So just listening to what your body can and can't do and just allowing that to happen. So what we want to do is be twisting from our shoulders here. So twisting towards the wall, or allowing that twist to come more towards the front of the room. That's totally fine. And as you're here, maybe allowing your eyes to close. Allowing yourself to relax into this twist. And with each exhale, relaxing your muscles just a little bit more so you can enjoy this twist. And with each inhale, letting your spine grow a little bit taller. And returning to the front of the room and twisting towards the other side. So as you're here, noticing any similarities or differences with this side, and just being here with yourself as you're noticing those things, giving yourself permission for that. With each inhale, letting the spine get nice and tall. Each exhale, letting the shoulders open up, relaxing into the pose. And again, letting your body be wherever it is. So if that sternum needs to be a little bit more towards the front of the room, totally fine. And returning to the front of the room here. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your practice today, part of your journey as a mother, and part of your pregnancy. Namaste.